Hello, welcome back. I'm the Zodiac Reader, or Rosie Jenner, and today I'm going to be hauling all the books that I bought from mid-March onwards, so I won't be including anything from before that, and God knows there are many, so let's get into it. I will haul the one that I got on eBay first. So, if you can see this, I bought this on eBay. House of Leaves. Where do we begin? It's meant to be absolutely horrifying. It has a big reputation for a big book. It's printed all over the place, like things in the margins. It's meant to be like someone's taken notes on it and you're meant to feel like you're taking notes on it too, and I'm very excited. So on the back it says, I still get nightmares. In fact, I get them so often I should be used to them by now. I'm not. No one ever really gets used to nightmares. I haven't researched this book too much because I really do want to go into it with an open mind. But I heard someone when I was a bookseller talk about it and I thought, absolutely, I need to read that. And then I saw the reviews and I was like, yeah, but I couldn't find it anywhere on any website for less than £25, so I got it on eBay. I got a Head Full of Ghosts. This is basically about this girl who becomes possessed, and her family's first reaction to that is, oh my gosh, we need to get a TV station in here and film the aftermath. Also, that's the synopsis that Jordaline Reads gave. And as soon as she said that in her updated favourite horror reads selection, I thought, yeah, I want like a kind of funny version of a haunted possession thing. God, I can't talk today. So basically, Head Ghost by Paul Tremblay says, the lives of the Barretts, a suburban New England family, are torn apart when their 14-year-old daughter Marjorie begins displaying signs of acute schizophrenia. To her parents' despair, the doctors are unable to halt the descent into madness. As their stable home dissolves into a house of horrors, they reluctantly turn to a Catholic priest for help and find themselves as the unwitting stars of The Possession, a hit reality TV show. 15 years later, a best-selling writer interviews Marjorie's young sister Mary as she recalls the terrifying events that took place when she was 8 years old. Long-buried secret, painful memories begin to surface, and a mind-bending tale of psychological horror is unleashed. Does that not sound great? Does that not sound great? And I love this cover. Next I'm going to talk about... Why did I clap then? Next I'm going to talk about the books that I pre-ordered. So I do have another one on the way. I have pre-ordered The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, I think his name is, but I did receive some pre-orders that I'm obsessed with now, and I am looking forward to reading in May. So let's go through the ones I had this month. The pre-orders, first of all, obviously House of Hollow. I said this last time, I'm going to be buddy reading it with my best friend Charlie, and I mean, look at that cover. So, dark, dangerous things happen around the Hollow sisters. Ever since they disappeared as children, only to reappear a month later with no memory of what happened to them, odd, eerie occurrences follow their wake. When Grey, the eldest, goes missing again, Iris and Vivi are left to figure out the mystery, but they aren't the only ones looking for her. As they brush against the supernatural, Iris realises that the world that returned them 10 years ago might be calling them back. But just how much horror lies beneath the surface? I mean, wow. It has so much praise. I mean, Samantha Shannon, please. She said that this story will steal up your spine, slip beneath your skin, and stick to you like honey. I mean, please, girl, could you give a better synopsis? And absolutely love Kieran Millward Hargrave, and she said it's dark and delicious. It hums with malice and mystery. I devoured it whole. And K.M. Sutherland just seems like such a lovely person. I've posted on my Instagram before, and she always responds to everyone saying how lucky she is, and I just think she's like the most humble, lovely person. So of course I had to pick up this beautiful cover because, like I said last time, it just gives me horrid vibes. It gives me vibes of a previously favourite book, but it turns out that she was a racist enabler, Rory Powers, so I won't be talking about that. But yes, I'm very excited to continue reading this, so that will be in my May wrap-up, hopefully. I pre-ordered Of Women and Salt, obviously. At the start of the year, the first book that I read this year was Earth Eater by Dolores Reyes, and I absolutely loved that. That's set in Argentina and just explores women's lives in poverty, and I thought it was absolutely delicious. I love that book so much. But this one is about Cuban women, and it like talks about their whole family tree. So let me read you the blurb. 5 generations of women linked by blood and circumstances, by the secrets that they share, and by a single book passed down through the family with an affirmation scrawled in its margins: we are force, we are more than they think we are. So it goes throughout time. So there's a section from 1866. Maria Isabel is the only woman employed in a cigar factory where the workers find strength in daily readings of Victor Hugo. But these dangerous political times, Maria begins to see marriage and motherhood as her only options. The sounds of war are approaching. And then we skip to 1959. Dolores watches her husband make for the mountains in an answer to Fidel Castro's call to arms. What Dolores knows, though, is that to survive she must win her own war and commit an act of violence that threatens to destroy her daughter Carmen's world. 2016, Miami. Carmen, still wrestling with the trauma of displacement, is shocked when her daughter Jeanette announces her plans to travel to Cuba to see her grandmother Dolores. In the walls of her crumbling home lies a secret, one that will link Jeanette to her past and this fearless line of women. From 19th century cigar factories to present-day detention centres, from Cuba to the United States, Mexico, Gabriela Garcia's Of Women and Salt follows Latina women of fierce pride, bound by stories passed between them. It's a haunting meditation on the choices of mothers and the tenacity of women, who tell their truth despite those who wish to silence them. I mean, wow! As soon as I heard about this book, I mean, look at that cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. But as soon as I heard about this book, I absolutely had to pick it up. I mean, first of all, it has a mini family tree. I mean, I love a good map. A family tree, even better. And it is a signed copy. We've got her cute little signature. There's nothing really underneath apart from this beautiful orangey copper colour. And I just thought I have to have that. So that's another one of the books. I did receive an arc of Greenwich Park. I think you're meant to say it is Greenwich Park. I don't know. By Catherine Faulkner. I am so lucky that I actually ordered this before I quit my bookselling job for my psychology job. And they sent it a week after it released. So I still got it even though I'm not a bookseller anymore. But I'm very excited to read this one. This is all you need to know, really. Helen has it all. Daniel is the perfect husband. Rory is the perfect brother. Serena is the perfect sister-in-law. And Rachel is a perfect nightmare. And having known some perfect nightmares in my time, I'm just so excited to read this. It's chunky, it's floppy. I mean, the actual cover when it was released looks like this. How beautiful is that? So yeah, obviously have to add that to my pile. And thank you to the publishers once again. Thank you just so much. Amazing. Okay, so this one I am so excited to show you because it is so unbelievably beautiful. I pre-ordered Ariadne. Look at this cover. Look at it. I could cry over this. And wait for it. Look at these end pages. You're not ready. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it's about Ariadne, the princess of Crete, and the daughters of the fearsome King Minos. Ariadne and her sister Phaedra grow up hearing the terrible bellows of the Minotaur from the labyrinth beneath the palace. The Minotaur, Minos' great shame, and Ariadne's brother demand blood every year. When Theseus, Prince of Athens, arrives in Greece as a sacrifice to the beast, Ariadne falls in love with him. But helping Theseus Defeat the monster means betraying her family, and Ariadne knows that in a world ruled by mercurial gods, drawing their attention can cost you everything. I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic. Ariadne has heard too many tales of women being punished for acts of men. She is determined to set her own fate, but her decision to help Theseus, will it ensure her happy ending, or will she find herself sacrificed for her lover's ambition? And I mean, it's beautiful, but it also sounds incredible. And this is the first time I've looked at the spine. Look at that. Please focus. Please focus. Oh, upside down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Say less. Wow. So not only do we have this incredible dust jacket and this incredible inner back papers, we also have this spine, and oh my gosh, I could cry over this book. It's so beautiful. So in that vein, I've been using BookSwap, and obviously eBay, and I've been going to charity shops and Oxfam and blah 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 blah. And a couple of books that I think I'll do a reading vlog with Ariadne are Cersei, that's upside down, Cersei and the Song of Achilles. I have yet to read these, and I have heard so many things about them. I remember when Audible was first advertised to me, they just would not stop reading a few lines of Cersei, and I thought it sounded beautiful, but the amount that it was advertised to me really put me off. And then, I mean, everyone's been doing reading vlogs of the Song of Achilles, and you know I'm not a fan of historical, but I have a soft spot for Hellenic tradition. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I just love the myths and legends that come from the Greeks. So I'm so excited to do a reading vlog, hopefully, of the Song of Achilles and Cersei by Madeline Miller, and then Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I'm not sure I really need to say what these are about. Cersei is about the like witch goddess, I believe, and she's like abandoned to an island. Is that right? Helios, god of the sun and mightiest of the Titans, a daughter is born. Cersei is strange, not powerful and terrible like her father, nor gorgeous or mercenary like her mother, but she has a dark power of her own. Witchcraft. Okay, cool. When Cersei's gift threatens the gods, she's banished to the island. I know things. Of Aiaia, where she hones her occult crafting spells, gathering strange herbs, and taming wild beasts. Yet a woman who stands alone cannot live in peace for long. I mean, wow. I think there's a lot of us out there who just want to be Cersei. I mean, minus the fact that I am in love with someone. My perfect partner. I mean, banished to all eternity, just casting spells and stuff. Like, I mean, honey, come on. Anyway, and then the Song of Achilles, which is, I believe, a gay romance? Is that right? Where Patroclus, a young prince, goes and meets King Peleus' perfect son Achilles, and then there's a war, and apparently it will make me cry, so we will see about that. I don't normally cry at books. The last time I cried at a book was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so we will see if this makes me cry. So this, I will do a haul of these books that I got just before I left my job, because obviously I had to take advantage of that discount. So, first of all, I will obviously introduce Christina Henry's beautiful Near the Bone. My friend Charlie, she recommended that I get this because it just sounds like something that I would love. And it has this beautiful, like, matte and gloss finish. And it's the same with the spine. And I just love it. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. So Mary can't remember a time before she and William lived alone on a mountain together. She must never make him upset, but when Mattie discovers the mutilated body of a fox in the woods, she realises that they're not alone after all. There's something in the woods that wasn't there before, something that makes strange cries in the night, something with sharp teeth and claws. When three strangers appear on the mountaintop looking for the creature in the woods, Matty knows their presence will anger William. Terrible things will happen when William is angry. I mean, need we say more? I mean, Christina, please. And of course we have these brilliant end pages, which, I mean, that's just my jam. Beautiful additions of things. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited for this one. Let's have a flip through. And it has that new book smell. Add that to the pile. Okay, next I picked up Till. I was browsing the website of Waterstones to see if there was anything that I would like to get before I left. And it's, I mean, this cover is just immaculate. I love the vibe coming from it. The matte finish is beautiful. I love the text. I mean, I know it kind of looks, or maybe it is exactly the font that they use for American Horror Story, but I had to have it. I think it's gorgeous. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's gorgeous. And this was shortlisted for the International Booker Prize in 2020, and I'd never heard of it. So when I saw it on the table and on the website, I was like, clearly this is going to be a bestseller, then I gotta read. So this is about a trickster, a player, a jester. His handshake's like a pact with the devil. Till Eulenspiegel is here. In a village like every other village in Germany, a scrawny boy balances on a rope between two trees. He practices in the forest at night where the cold woman whispers and goblins roam. When he comes out, he will never be the same. Till will escape the ordinary villages. In the mines, where he will define death. On the battlefield, he will run faster than cannonballs. In the courts, he will trick the heads of state. His journey will take him to the heart of a never-ending war. With macabre humour and moving humanity, Daniel Kellman lifts this legend from medieval German folklore and enters him to the stage of 30 Years' War. Till is a cork in water, a laugh in the dark, and a hero for all time. I mean, I need to phase out that phrase, but I just think it sounds so good. Then I got The Girl from the Other Side, because I have not been reading manga or comics at all recently, and I just thought it was so sweet, and I couldn't find it on Scribd. And I do like to own my comics and mangas because I just think they're so satisfying to hold. I mean, the size, beautiful. Let's give you a preview of the art. Oh, I like that one. Look at it. It's so beautiful. And the premise just sounds so sweet. It's about once upon a time in a land far away, there were two kingdoms. The outside, where twisted beasts roam that could curse with a torch, and the inside, where humans lived in the safety and peace. The girl and the beast should never have met, but when they do, a quiet fairy tale begins. This is the story of two people, one human, one inhuman, who linger in the hazy twilight that separates night from day. Isn't that just a beautiful blurb? How, romantically is that written? I'm so excited for this. The girl looks adorable. The inhuman one, I mean, I love that character design. The font is everything. I had to get it. And Jordaline recommended it too, so I had to. You'll quickly find that I am just really susceptible to social pressure, even if it's just a person talking to their camera. Anyway, so one that I had been waiting for such a long time to come out in paperback was this beauty. Of course I had to get it in paperback. Are you kidding me? I think this might be the longest book I will ever read. It's 848 pages long, I believe. I mean, oh my god. It's huge. It's beautiful. The paperback came out beautiful too, and I actually really like this edition. The hardback that we had in the UK wasn't my favourite, but it was beautiful. But I'm just obsessed with this. And I really liked Perks of Being a Wallflower. I thought it was very different and moving, and it definitely had an atmosphere of what I was feeling at that age. But this, now that I'm a horror fan, and now that I just oh, something about imaginary friends. Like, I didn't think you even need to know what it's about, apart from the title, to know this is going to be a banger. So Christopher Rees is going through a lot by the age of 7. He will go through much more before he turns 8. All his mother, Kate Rees, ever wanted was to protect him. She will have to do more than that than she ever imagined. In their new home, the town of Millgrove, Pennsylvania, is sleepy, ordinary, and isolated. In other words, it's perfect for what's about to happen. Something that will deeply mark everyone, from Christopher and his mother to the local sheriff, the residents of retirement home, and every student at the school. Something which no one can explain, but everyone can feel. Something that will change everything. Speechless. I'm so ready to read this. I hope I read it in May, but it's chunky, so maybe I'll tackle this as, I don't know, books I'm intimidated by. Just this one. What else have we got? Oh my gosh, I've got a whole other stack. So I also got, a few weeks ago, I can't remember where I got this, I got The Rats by James Herbert. I was literally just going through someone's horror channel comments and someone recommended this off the bat, and as a fan of the troupe and of creepy crawlies and infestation, I thought this would be a great read for me, so of course I had to pick that up. So this is a special 40th anniversary edition of the classic. Apparently it's a classic. When was this released? I'd never heard of this before. I've obviously heard of James Herbert, but I've never... 1974. And then reintroduced by Neil Gaiman in 2014. Interesting. Okay, so that's exciting. I love Neil Gaiman. Anyway, so it was only when the bones of the first devoured victims were discovered that the true nature and power of these swarming black creatures with their razor-sharp teeth and taste for human blood began to be realised by a panic-stricken city. For millions of years, man and rat had been natural enemies, but now for the first time, shockingly, suddenly, horribly, the balance of power has shifted. The effectiveness of the gruesome set pieces and brilliant finale are on its own Sunday Times. So I'm very excited to read this. I think the cover is absolutely genius. And I mean, black and gold is a perfect combination. It's very floppy, which I'm loving. And hopefully we'll get that one done in May too, because I am definitely on a horror trip right now. And need I say more? So next, of course, I had to grab a copy of Shadow and Bone because the Netflix original series has come out. I wish I'd have bought it before the Netflix hype, because this cover is probably my favourite of them. I do like the ones that are like the old Russian style ones, because it looks like the book that they describe in it. I haven't read it, but I've seen it in the series. And I want to read these properly before I actually watch the series. So what I was thinking is I would do a vlog of me reading and then watching. So wish me luck, because I might only read the whole series this month, because oh my gosh, it's May already. Next I got Pachinko. I was, not me personally, but Noelle Gallagher recommended this, and I mean, she's like one of my idols and we like the same books, and she gave it 5 out of 5 and I'd like to cry. So, teenage Sandra, the adored daughter of a crippled fisherman, falls for a wealthy Yakuza. He promises her the world, but when she discovers she's pregnant and that her lover is married, she refuses to be bought. Facing ruin, she accepts an offer of marriage from a gentle minister passing through his way to Japan. Following a man she barely knows to a hostile country where she has no friends, Sandra will be forced to make some difficult choices. Her decisions will echo through the decades. Spanning nearly 100 years of history, Pachinko is an unforgettable story of love, sacrifice, ambition, and loyalty, told through 4 generations of one family. Now, I've already said that I would that I love a good family tree, and that remains for this one. So I'm very excited to read this. I mean, it has fantastic reviews. Barack Obama. I know we have mixed opinions on him, but like, he's on the front cover. A powerful story about resilience and compassion. And as someone who did their dissertation on resilience, I feel that I need to read this. I promise we are on the home stretch now. So lastly, I got The Vanishing Half. I got Law. Buy one, get one half price. We love it. And Heartlights. This is a kids book by the wonderful Tim Tilley. And it won a Future Classics prize. All I saw was Nature Takes Care of Us, and I picked it up. It's a beautiful cover. It's about the Heartlights match factory and orphanage. As midnight chimes, Wick is visited by the harbour's miniature protectors of the forest. Grateful for the kindness shown to their stolen child, they offer Wick the chance for a lifetime. Escape to the Heartlights and begin a new life with them in the wild. I mean, it sounds darling. It looks darling. It has a map. So I had to pick it up. So obviously, I think we all know what The Vanishing Half is about. It's about two black women, and one of them has the chance to basically live as a white passing woman. I think, yeah, they grow up together in a small southern black community until age 16 they run away. Years later, everything about their lives is different, their families, communities, and racial identities. One sister lives with her black daughter in the same southern town she tried to escape. The other sister secretly passes as white, and her husband knows nothing of her past. Still separated by many miles and many lies, the fates of the twins remained intertwined. What will happen to the next generation when their own daughters' storylines intersect? Everyone has raved about this, and I wanted this cover, and then it sold out, and then it came in paperback. So I will be reading this along with This is The Vanishing Half. I will be reading this along with Such a Fun Age, hopefully this month, but we will see. And I'm very excited for that one. And then finally, I forgot to include this in my Greek mythology inspired ones, but look at those snakes. They're beautiful. So Hunt or Be Hunted. In modern day New York, a murderous game is about to begin. The Aegon. Every 7 years, for 1 week only, Zeus punishes the gods and makes them mortal. Forced to walk the earth, they are savagely hunted by the descendants of ancient bloodlines who are eager to kill a god and seize their divine power and immortality. After her family was brutally murdered by a rival line, Perseus fled, turning her back on Aegon's cruel promises of eternal glory. For years, Law has honoured her parents' memory by doing one thing: surviving. For years, she has pushed away dark thoughts of revenge until now. As the game dawns, Law finds Athena gravely wounded on her doorstep. The goddess offers her an alliance against their mutual enemy and a way to leave the Aegon behind forever. But Law's decision to rejoin the hunt will come at a deadly cost, and may not be enough to stop the rise of a new god with power to destroy all of humanity. Now, first of all, I know you don't know me yet, but I love Medusa. My friend Charlie runs a company with her friend Karen, who is also a fellow bookseller, and I absolutely adore both of them, called Lunarlo Candles on Etsy, and they printed these beautiful Medusa bags, and I also have the Medusa candle, and I am fully intending on getting a bust of Medusa one day, and I just love her tale. There is a new book coming out called Medusa as well, so God knows I'll be picking up that, and maybe even doing it in my reading sprint of Greek mythology, but I'm so excited to get to them. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's all, but there was so much. I hope you enjoyed this haul. There were so many books. I shouldn't have bought them all, but I am very excited to get to all of them, despite this pile being, you know, like a tenth. Not even a tenth. Maybe like a 100th of my physical TBR. So I'm very excited to get to them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. and I will see you again next time. Bye!